All right, not sure how many of you can make it, but I had guests this evening and wanted to get this out to you guys. So here you go. All right, let's see if anybody's going to be able to make it. If not, no worries. Hey, Eric, might just be you and me. Had some guests tonight, and they just left, and thought I'd get back to the charts here. Kind of taking a break from the charts most of the day. Didn't feel like watching them all day long. What's up? Hi, Desert Garden. Remind me your first name. It's Philip, isn't it? If you're watching, just let me know you're here, and I'll get going here shortly. Good audio and video, everybody. Give me a. Let me know about that. Yep, Philip. All right, cool. All right. Well, I'll just get going here. If there's only a couple, that's okay. It's no worries. And this is private for you guys. Don't worry about likes and stuff like that. This is an unlisted video, so nobody else is going to see it. So yeah, let's just let me just jump in for you guys and just help you out and get you some information quickly. I know you got better things to do. So guys, we're getting that last push to the upside that I was expecting. If it continues busting out, then obviously. But here's the thing: whenever you get a triangle, well, we got a beautiful triangle there. There's no doubt about it. It was a triangle. It acted like a triangle. It counted like a triangle. It's a triangle. We're going to be getting a reversal here. I'm pretty sure, at least a larger correction, a larger corrective wave. That would be my assumption. After a triangle, that's the that's whenever you get a triangle, that's in the fourth wave, or it's in a B wave or an X wave. Those are the only positions a triangle can be found in, and they happen right before the last move. Okay, so they happen right before the last move. So whatever happens tonight is going to be the last move before we get a reversal tomorrow. So I would not be FOMOing and I would not be freaking out. Okay, generally. You say this broke out. I mean, it broke out of the triangle pattern, but listen, when you get a triangle, it's telling you it's almost done, or at least it's the next wave is finished. And so basically, triangles again happen in the fourth wave. So what we got was a 1, 2. Okay, then we got this 3, and then we got this triangle here, 4, and then we're getting a 5. That's the wave shape here, and you can see it pretty clearly. No doubt about it. Here it was really easy to see and to count once it started making this triangular shape. I was like, there we go. So that became clear. So this would be basically 1, 2. That's 3. All that's 4, and this is 5. Okay. A relatively conservative estimate for where it could go. Let me get the extensions here. We got the bottom of there, top there, to 1, 2. Yeah, I mean, it could go to the 1-to-1 extension. I mean, it's right in. We're in the realm of where it should be finishing. Okay, so we're in the realm of where it should be finishing. I like the 618 usually, but we've surpassed it. So, what I then might like to do here is go down to the 5-minute time frame and only look at the current wave that we're in. Let's get rid of So let me just look at this wave here. Let me get rid of these fibs. This current wave is right here, 1, 2. Okay, came to the 2618. My guess is all that's 3 coming down for 4. Going to go up one more hit for 5, and that's the count that I've been sharing, or I shared last. Should be coming down to. I mean, I'd like to see it come on down to 9071. In that ballpark. Now keep in mind, sometimes they finish and you don't realize they finished, and so this thing could be finished. But it didn't look like it's not getting that strong reversal kind of action. They just kind of hide the finish, and what'll happen is just start making some waves down, and then it'll get a retrace, and then it'll tank. And so, not sure exactly if it's done or not. But if it's not done, then what we're looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4 to come down in this region right here, $90.71, $9,100. 91.16 has already been hit, and that's all it really. That's the 236, and that's where it could hit, and then back up here. But it's not going to be like a giant wave. It shouldn't be. We got an extension to the 2618 in the third. So generally, when you get an extended third, you don't get an extended fifth. So the size of the first wave is going to be relatively the same as the fifth wave, generally speaking, by rules and guidelines of Elliott wave, generally speaking. So this is what I'd be expecting to finish, and then we're gonna break down, and we're gonna get out of this range here. So I'm still looking for the down. One more hit to the high. I will short that sucker. That's my plan. It's not a bad short from here. But you're going to have to, if it gives you that hit, you're going to have to watch it, and it's going to stress you out. Now, if it keeps coming down, wait for the retrace of a 50% to 61%. So if it keeps coming down beyond this level of 1, so if it comes and breaks right here at 89.49, okay, so if it breaks 89.50, if it breaks that, then we have we don't have a 4 wave on our hand. In other words, this wave is finished. So if this comes down as low as 89.50, then this is finished. Okay, but if this kind of gets one more hit to the high, obviously that's going to be the last hit. Then we should expect a reversal. But if from here it ends up coming down to this range right there, it's done. Wait for a 3-wave pullback, and then you can short it and then go from there. So that's the best way to handle that. Okay, let me check the stream, see if you guys are doing. Listen, I mean, as far as you guys, I mean, I you know how you can't be confident or certain about anything in the market. The thing about this is that when you get triangles, it really gives you a lot of certainty. Okay, because this is a strict rule that you cannot have a triangle in any other wave other than a B wave. And this is not a B wave. This is no area where there can be a B wave. It can only be in the 4th wave. Okay. And what we're dealing with here is the 5th wave of our diagonal. And so this is the 4th wave of that 5th wave. And so to me, I think it's going to reverse. If for some reason all Elliott wave rules are broken and it goes up from here, I mean, if it continues up from here, guys, it's just bullish. It just is bullish. You're still going to get a substantial correction. You shouldn't FOMO in. You should just be disciplined. Wait for a substantial correction that gives you a 50 to 60% correction of the last wave it created. You should definitely wait for a substantial correction, a cool off of the RSI. We're over, let's see, let's get in the 2 hour. Okay, so the 2 hour, we've got divergence here. The 4 hour, we've got divergence. 6 hour, we have divergence on 2 levels. When I say 2 levels, here's what I mean by that. You got from this peak to that peak, and from this peak to that peak to that peak. So there's 2 different levels of divergence there. So this thing's about to be finished, most likely. Okay, guys. So we got divergence on almost all time frames. There's no divergence here in the 1 hour except from this peak to that peak. So that's widespread divergence. It's still divergence, but from the latest peak, from the 4th to the 5th, you don't have the divergence. So chances are we're going to get another hit down, and we're going to continue down just a little bit to that $9,100 region, to 90.71 in that ballpark, and then back up and then down, I think, and that'll give us some little divergence here in the smaller time frame. We do have divergence on the 15-minute. So there's divergence everywhere, guys. It's looking like it's ready for a down move. So for me, it's just a matter of waiting for the timing. Timing will be in the morning, most likely Sunday morning. This is when we get it around 9, 10 o'clock my time. Is when the moves generally happen. So, yeah, I don't really even see that possibility if it could go up any higher. It's not going to go that much higher. It's just they want everybody to feel like it's going to go higher so that they can sell into your buys. Okay, so if you're trying to buy right now, they're going to sell into you, and you're going to regret it. Just hold and wait. If you're not in a trade, just hold and wait. Just relax. But everything's oversold. It's a really, really good short region. So don't stress. Don't stress about this thing. Okay, it will come back. The market always comes back. So. 50. I mean, Jana, you're gonna have to on your chart, just learn how to just learn how to pull a retrace tool. The way you do that is, it just depends on the size of the wave you're dealing with, but I'm talking a large scale. So from the bottom of this wave down here, click to the top of the wave up here, and we look for the 50% mark. So that's going to come down to 7,800 to 50%, 7,500. So remember the three scenarios that we're dealing with, guys. We're dealing with the bullish scenario that just comes down to this region in three waves, and then it moons from there. Okay, that's a bullish scenario. It could come down to the 786. It could even come all the way down to 88 or 90%. It could come down all the way to 100 as long as it doesn't break that low. Okay, so if we get a three-wave move all the way down to the bottom that doesn't break the low, it can still reverse on us and continue one up. Okay, but generally in bull runs, they like to go to the 50% to the 618 in that region, and then they moon on us. Okay, so that's the bull scenario. In the bear scenario, we're just going to come down in five strong waves. Okay, it's going to start off probably with a slow, methodical wave, and it's going to do a 1-2, and then it's probably going to go sideways a little bit, and then just fall off the cliff on that third wave on a day you're not prepared for. But that's most likely what's going to happen on a bear scenario, I would guess. I'm just guessing here. I don't know anything for a fact. Now the moon boy scenario is that this is some kind of a 1-2, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're going to get a two wave that's very small. It does not break this low. It'll stay in the realm of this trend line right here. So let me draw the trend line. Let me just give you a moon kind of a moon scenario here. I don't even see that trend line actually. Yeah, it might just give us some kind of a three-wave move down to this trend line, and then it just takes off. And that would have to be a 1-2, 1-2. The other possibility, guys, is that we have this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. All this is a fifth wave extension, and then we're going to get a three-wave move down, and that's actually a 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. So that's another big moon boy scenario. But I guess my point is all counts are pointing to a correction here. Okay, it's just clear as day. The best I can tell, again, not trying to be too overconfident or anything, but when the count is so clear, I don't know what else to say to you. When you have a triangle that's so clearly, placed there, so it just really, really looks like we've got a good 1, 2, 3, 4, and all this is 5. And then so we're basically waiting to finish up this fifth wave right here. So that's a 5-wave move, guys. And if that's a 5-wave move, then this has a higher likelihood of being a leading diagonal than an ending diagonal, if it is a diagonal at all. Again, if it continues up from here for some ungodly reason, for some weird break all the Elliott wave rule reasons, okay, guys, then we're dealing with a major bull move, okay, that has us, this is some kind of a 1-2, and then we're dealing with some kind of a large 3, 4, and then 5 of this particular wave, of the third wave. If that's the case, just to prepare you for the worst case scenario, I don't think this is going to happen. I really don't, guys. It's not on my radar. But, if it happens, it happens, right? It would have to be, this would be 1, 2. That wouldn't even make sense. The 3 would have to come all the way up here, 4, 5. And that would just be the subdivision of the third wave. In other words, we'd be looking at this. 1, 2. All of that would be 3, 4, and 5. That's a real moon boy scenario. Okay. So what do I think is more likely? I think more likely we've got 3 counts. I got 3 counts that take us down. And I got a really obscure, weird count that takes us up that I don't even like. So I am really not thinking that. This is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to be shorting on the next hit to the high. That'll be my plan. Okay? All right. Let's see what you guys are asking. Got it. Thanks. All right. Good deal. Yeah, I hope it thanks to him. Yeah, but you can go back over the chart and find when it's been above the 21 on all kinds of charts, when things go above the 21 and then fall back below it. So, I'm not a real big moving averages or lagging indicators. They're not forward indicators for me. And so I can't tell you how many times, they've crossed and come back. And so, anyway, yeah, it is what it is, but I don't. When I see a triangle, guys, it's hard to discount it. It's hard to say that's anything else. There's a triangle there, and if you look up Elliott wave rules, it's so clear. So that's powerful for me. For me. Okay, I'm just telling you, for me. That's why you guys are in this group, I guess, just to know what I think. But at the end of the day, that's a very, very powerful signal. When you see that triangle. And that is a beautiful triangle. It couldn't have played out any better. So, if it's not a triangle, then dag on it. They mocked one. They made one look an awful lot like a triangle. So, yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it, guys. That's where I am. So I would expect a pretty decent sell-off between tonight and tomorrow. But be careful. Be very, very careful. Remember, everything's oversold. Everything's got divergence on it. So I think we need a cool off. We need a time where we have a substantial pullback to cool off that RSI. So on every time frame, we've got the divergence. Let's go to the daily and see what the daily is looking like. Guys, I don't know if you remember, but we still have hidden bullish divergence right now on the daily. We've reached an oversold condition, but then we've got hidden bullish divergence. We haven't made a higher high with the price, though we've made a higher high here. We've also made a wedge shape here with the RSI. I would draw that on your chart, and if it breaks down below that wedge, obviously it's going to be breaking down in price as well. Let's check the 12-hour, see what that looks like. 12-hour, we've got hidden bullish divergence on the 12-hour as well, and it's even more powerful. So, even more powerful. It's much more on the 12-hour, even oversold. So, looks like we're about 12 hours away, guys, from a sell-off. That would be my guess. All right, let's see. Yep, let me look at LTC now. I can't say that it's going to go to 92.50. It's awful high for me, but it's it's in that realm. If it gets up there, it's going to wick through and back. I think we're close to the top, if not at the top already. We could have a top already. So let's look at LTC and check that out. Again, LTC is going to do what Papa Bear does for sure. Let me get these moving averages off the screen here. Hold on one second. Okay. You can see that we've got divergence here. This is the 4-hour chart. We've got divergence clear as day between these two waves. So how about the 6-hour? Got divergence on the 6-hour. We've got divergence on the 8-hour. We've got divergence on the 12-hour. Not so much on the daily. Not so much on the daily. We are in the oversold regions, overbought regions, I should say, overbought regions, and we're pretty high up. We're sitting at 83 on Litecoin. So everything's got divergence. It's doesn't mean it has to sell off now, but on all those time frames, it's ready to. Just kind of oscillating sideways here in the 4-hour chart, but we do have the divergence there for sure. Didn't have it there. Didn't have it there. Yeah, this is the first we've got it. If we make a higher high, I'm still looking at this top here in this region. So that's what this green line is right here. This green line, about $64 to $65 is where I've got it marked. I got the bottom of this and the top of that, and it's in the $64 region. So that's where I've got this marked. And so we're hovering around there, guys. But that's a clear. You can kind of see how important this line has been. It became support here. Became support here, and then it became resistance here, and now it's going to be resistance here unless it breaks again. So anyway, $64 is a critical level that we've kind of come up to with the oversold regions. How to count this wave, let me see if I can count it for you. Yeah, see how the 3618 is right up in this region? Just depending on where I put this thing. We're right up here in this region at 60. There's so much confluence there with the 3618. And so yeah, the $64, $65 mark is looking pretty good as probably a final run for Litecoin. That would be my guess. And it's probably going to happen sometime midnight to 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. And then maybe a sell-off begins, or at least it starts. It'll kind of go slow at first, or kind of big, and then retrace, and then continue down. So, but yeah, I think I personally believe everything's ready to sell off a little bit. Even if it doesn't sell off and it continues, this is a no-buy zone for me right now. This is no buy, not until I get a 50 to 60% correction of a larger move. So even if it turns, comes up here and gets up here to 70, 75 to $77, I mean, it's going to fizzle out, guys. It's going to fizzle out. It cannot continue going hyperbolic forever or parabolic forever. So it will come down. So you just wait for it. Just wait patiently for it, and that's what you do. Or you wait to short it, and if you want to get money on the downside. So, yeah, I meant to say overbought, man, not oversold. Guys, just a lesson here. You gotta when this stuff is happening, you gotta control your emotions. Okay, keep your capital. Just be in cash. If you're not in a position, just be in cash and let the move happen. Sit and relax. Enjoy it. Watch it. Let other people, if they want to make their money on these these last pumps. But we're reaching the end of a pump. Okay, it's not going to continue going forever. And I know you listen. The pump that happened in 2017 was designed to stress you guys out. I want to make a whole entire video about this, but it was designed to play you guys and play us. It was designed to get you thinking that this is what Bitcoin's going to do, and if you don't get on every pump, you're going to miss it. And so it primes you for pumps. It primes you for these incessant pumps, okay? And it starts to do this, and people get freaking out, and they do it on purpose. I don't think we're going to get a run like we got back in 2017 in the same way. I just don't think it's going to happen the same way. The market is actually different now because we have institutional money in it. There was not really the institutional money in it at that time. It's when the institutional money came in, that's when it tanked. I don't know if y'all realize that, but as soon as the day the contract started, it tanked immediately. So when Bakkt came in, it tanked. So you got to realize this, guys. This is actually against you, not that whole 2017 puts you in a frame of mind about Bitcoin, and you get this FOMO. You're gonna have to control your emotions, and so when you get these pumps and these big green candles, you're gonna have to control yourself. Okay, just it's not your trade. You just say it's not your trade, and be all right with it, because it's gonna be another one, and you'll get it in time. You're gonna get in tune with Bitcoin. When we get in tune with Bitcoin, then we'll get it. I'm sorry I didn't lead this pump a little bit better. I could have traded it differently. I've taken some notes, and hopefully we'll trade the next pump better. But until then, I got anybody that got I gave a perfect signal to enter the trade earlier off that triangle, and it was a perfect entry. I hope some of you caught that. Got a couple $100 profit, and then you get out, and you just take what it gives you and you get out. So I was just curious if anybody got that tonight, but it was a perfect. Meyer, it's not going to go to 140 overnight. It'll come down $20 and $30. I mean, it'll go up and then come down. And so, I mean, we're not going to sit and wait the entire pump. We'll wait for a substantial correction. We wait for the correction. We don't enter on these green candles when it's pumping. We wait for it to pull back, and then we get in. Good job. Good job. I mean, I called it almost, within, 10 or $15 at the entry point. So it was a good call today. I didn't trade it. I was busy with friends and hanging out at home, but it was a great entry. It was perfect. So we didn't miss that run to 140. By the way, we traded that thing up to the upside, but it's not gonna go. It's not gonna go forever. I mean, just look at Litecoin for a minute, guys. I mean, just watch how it moves. Okay, so it pumped. Let's see how much it dropped right here. There's a 23% drop. Boom. That's the kind of pullback we're looking for. We're looking for a pullback like that. Okay? That's the kind of pullback we want to see before we get into a bull, if we think it's bulling. I don't think it's bull yet, but I'm just saying, if we think it's bull and you want to get in on a trade, that's what you do. You get in on that pullback. And you can't be afraid. You say, well, the price is going down. You're just going to have to get in. Okay? So that's a 27% pullback right there. 27% price dropped right there. Okay? Price pumped. You don't get in up here. You don't at the top of this pump. Okay? You get in up here and then say, oh no, it's going to go up. No, it's not going to go up. It dropped back down in 3 waves. It came back 15%. That's when you get in. You get in on this pullback. When you see 3 waves, and it's a substantial pullback, then you get in. Okay? It pumped, and look at how much it came back. Okay? So you get these pumps, but it pulls back. And so if you miss the pump, you miss the pump. But this one came back 20% of the price. Now, if I measured the correction, that came back like almost 78% of this last pump move. So anyway, I could just keep on going. There's pullbacks. You get in on the pullbacks, guys. That's when you get in on a trade. You don't get in. Look, guys, we don't have any pullback. You think it's going to, do you really believe this is just going to go up to $140 like that? Do you really believe that? Come on. Come on. There's just no way. It's just not going to do that. Okay? It's going to do this. If it's going, it's going to do this. And this. It's going to pump and pull back and pump and pull back. You get in on the pullbacks, okay? So why would you get in here when you can get in down here? Okay? So you just have to be disciplined. You say, okay, when it comes down here, I'm going to get in. You get in and you get in. You take the risk and you go for it. If you see three waves, it comes back correctively, I'll call the entry. But right now, now's not the time to be thinking about getting in. We just don't get in at the tops of these pumps. Well, Jim, you said that right here, and it went up further. Yeah, but you didn't know it was going to go up further at the time. How do you know how high these pumps? See, what about the person that got in right here? Boom. Okay? I mean, how do you know how high these pumps are going to go? You just don't. So you got to be smart. You say, I missed it. That's not my pump. Fine. And then you just deal with it. And then you let it come back three waves. Then you get in. And then you go. Guys, you just got to discipline yourself like that. You just got to discipline yourself like that. Okay? So what we're waiting on, guys, is we're waiting for substantial correction, both in Bitcoin and Litecoin. And until we get that, you're just going to have to sit and wait it out. Now, if you want to throw your money in, you go for it. But I'm not going to lead you to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna just discipline ourselves and wait for that pullback. Okay? And we need to see three clear waves. Okay? We need to see corrective and three clear waves. And once we get that, then we're going to do it. So, yeah, just kind of control that emotion. I hope that's one of the things you're going to get here is just kind of a even keel emotion, you know. But I'm not looking to wait for that pullback because I'm ready to short Bitcoin. I'm going to short it once it starts moving back. With that triangle, that's just like a crystal ball element, man. It's just like, it's a beautiful thing when you see a triangle. It's just a beautiful thing when you see a triangle because it means the next move is the move that is going to end a wave, and then you're going to get a pullback, and so I can at least short and get some money there, and then evaluate and go long when it's time to. So, all right. Well, guys, I hope that all helps. Yeah, my foot, guys, I'm walking today, guys. It's amazing. I'm walking yesterday and today. Feels so good. My foot's so much better. It still hurts a little, but I can manage, and I think I can get back to work on Monday. So praise the Lord for that. I've been out for 2 weeks, and the market's been really slow for me. So especially on Forex right now. So anyway, times are a little tight for me and my family. So anyway, those of you who pray, if you pray for us, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. All right, it's kind of late and I'm kind of sleepy, but anyway. Don't tell me your leverage. Don't tell me your leverage. You do what you want to do. Just make sure you set your proper stops and you cut the trade if it goes longer. Okay, guys? Just be smart with your money. Be smart with your money. All right. Hey, I hope this live was helpful to you guys. Thanks again for just all your support here on Facebook and helping me grow the channel and being a part of the trading group. I really appreciate it, and I'm really working hard to make it a great group, so hopefully you're getting the benefit from it. So thanks again for just being so kind to me. I really appreciate it, friends. Thanks so much. I'll be around for a little bit longer. I'll be watching this wave tonight and see if we can identify the top with you, okay? I'll do the best I can. I'll set some alerts if I can't. All right. We'll talk to y'all later. Any other questions before we get out of here? Let the video catch up. Yeah, no problem, Philip. No problem at all, man. Thank you all for the kind wishes. Thanks, Meyer. And you're doing a good job supporting me, man. I really appreciate your friendship, bro. Keep the FOMO guys down, okay? Keep it down. Just chill and get your money ready for the next short. That's what you're looking for. But don't be too quick. But I think tonight might be the night. I'll be around. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.